The U.S. Army Base Realignment and Closure Office is leading habitat restoration efforts at the former Fort Ord as part of its commitment to environmental stewardship under the Habitat Management Plan. These efforts address environmental obligations linked to the base's closure, land transfer, and cleanup operations. The overarching goal of restoration is to return areas affected by remediation activities to a natural landscape that resembles adjacent habitat. From 1917 to 1994, Fort Ord served as a military training facility. Army units trained with small arms and military munitions on designated ranges, leaving contaminants such as lead and explosive compounds in the soil. To resolve this, the Army removed contaminated topsoil and launched habitat restoration efforts across affected areas. The Army developed carefully tailored restoration plans for each of the 19 sites based on the surrounding vegetation and baseline environmental surveys. These plans define the types and quantities of native plants and seeds needed, and establish success criteria for each location. Restoration crews collect native seeds directly from Fort Ord, broadcast them across the sites to restore seed banks, and propagate some in nurseries to grow plants for installation or to produce more seed. To preserve the genetic integrity of threatened and rare plants, they gather their seeds and plant materials from areas near the restoration sites. Since 2011, the Army has restored 19 sites, primarily within the maritime chaparral habitat, along with areas of oak woodlands, grasslands, and vernal pools. Restoration crews have planted 68,732 native plants and broadcast hundreds of pounds of native seeds across 62 acres. The Bureau of Land Management Weed Crew and the restoration crews remove invasive plants from these sites on an ongoing basis. The Army monitors each site annually for 13 years, comparing progress to the defined success criteria. In some cases, the Army applies additional measures to help sites meet their restoration goals. By the end of 2025, 10 of the 19 sites will complete their final year of required monitoring, after which the Army will evaluate their restoration success. The Army collaborates closely with the regulatory agencies through the entire process. Through these efforts, the Army revitalizes Fort Ord's unique habitats, preserves biodiversity, and protects listed and rare native species. To learn more, visit fortordcleanup.com.